అరే ఓకే స్టార్ట్ చేసాయి.
Yes, sir. Okay, good morning, friends. In previous class, I am discussing about principles of farm management. Okay, definition of farm management and production economics, and 7 types of principles of farm management. Principles of diminishing marginal returns, principles of factor substitution, principle of product substitution, EQ marginal returns, and opportunity cost, and minimum loss, and comparative advantage, and the time comparison. One more principle is there. All these are important for the farm management. First, these are the first principle and second and third. We are completed. End this section, previous section at the principles of factor substitution. Today I am explaining about principles of product substitution. Principles of product substitution. We are discussing about any deviation is there. The equilibrium optimum point for the optimum product combination, that is marginal rate of substitution is equal. That is marginal rate of substitution is equal. MRS is equal. Marginal rate of substitution is equal price ratio. In sometimes they are asking as optimum product combination. Which of the following represents the optimum product combination? That situation MRS is equal price ratio at the low cost. As at sometimes same given as a marginal rate of substitution is equal price ratio at the optimum product point, at optimum product with the optimum product point, these two combination point and optimum product point. And next one is given as the marginal rate of substitution. Okay, here is marginal returns is equal to marginal cost. Another is equal to marginal value product is equal marginal input cost. There is no representation is there x or y. They are simply given as a keyword is a least cost. Here is the optimum product point. Like that we are choosing the appropriate answer based upon this key point. Sometimes they are given as which of the following is the optimum product point. The situation they are given as here is a y1 and a y2. Here is a x1 and x2. That situation x1 and x2 represent inputs, y1 and y2 represents outputs. So this is the optimum product point, marginal rate of substitution of y1 for y2, of y1 for y2. This is added product, y2 is a replaced product. Remember this one. Okay, marginal rate of substitution, marginal rate of substitution of y1 for the y2. Here is the first one is the added output, here is the replaced output. Marginal rate of substitution of y1 for y2, the formula is change in replaced out product by output by change in the added product. This is the replaced output, same as the factor substitution. Upper side is the replace, lower side is the added resource. Okay, remember these things. Same as the price ratio of the y1 and y2. That situation represents price of the added product by price of the added product y1 by price of the replaced product. So price of the y2 is the replaced, y1 is the added. Okay, marginal rate of substitution of y1 for y2 is equal to inverse price ratio of y1 for y2. This is the optimum point. If any deviation will be takes place, any deviation is there, that situation what we can do. For example, MRS is equal, optimum point is equal, marginal rate of substitution is equal price ratio. This is our actual point. When any deviation is takes place, marginal rate of substitution is more than price ratio. At this situation, what we can do for the output? Remember, I'm explaining for the output point of view. Okay, this is marginal rate of substitution. Why substitution is equal more than the price ratio. That situation, what when q. Here is the change in the replaced by y2 by change in the y1. Okay, more than the price ratio, price of the y1 by price of the y2. Here remember one point, price ratio represents output price means output price multiplied with the price, market price multiplied with the quantity of output, that gives total returns. Okay, remember this point. Okay, additional added output gives additional returns. When price is the price of the added product multiplied with the quantity of the output, that situation it gives total returns. When total returns are higher, is good position. So decision making for the product substitution, product substitution, here is the price ratio is minimum than the substitution. Okay, minimum than the substitution, so there is no extra returns will be takes place. So in output point of view, there is no extra return, so we cannot add further output. We are proceed to what will be actually used to. This is so we are going to the replaced resource. We cannot use the added resource. We are going for the replaced output. Replaced output. Remember, when price ratio is below than the marginal rate of substitution, at that point we are proceed to use of the more of the replaced output. For example, I am taking as the 1 acre land. 1 acre land. The 1 acre land, half acre for the paddy cultivation, half acre for the cotton cultivation. When market price of the added, okay, previously I am completely using, this is the 1 acre land. This 1 acre land, previously I am completely utilized for the paddy cultivation. This green color represent completely paddy in previous period for the previous year 2019 kharif season. This complete 1 acre land used for the paddy cultivation, but 2020 the prices of the cotton is more, so I have the my resources scarce, land is 1 acres, but I am adding one more enterprise, that is cotton, one more crop cotton adding to the 1 acre land. Okay, half figure for the paddy, half figure for the cotton. I am adding. Why? Because means the prices are good in the market. So I am distributing my enterprises, half for the paddy, half for the cotton. Okay. When market price ratio is good, when price ratio is good, compare with the price of the market, price of the paddy, price of the cotton. The price ratio is more. That situation, I am adding the additional output, that is cotton. Additional product, the additional product is cotton. Previous 2019 I'm showing paddy only. 2020 prices of the cotton is good, so I am adding the one more unit. Okay, prices are good. When prices are not good, that situation I am not adding the cotton. What will be actually available? The paddy is replaced. What I am replacing is paddy is replaced, half acre of paddy replaced by cotton. Why? Because means market prices are good. Okay, remember this situation is there. Marginal rate of substitution is more than price ratio. Okay, when market prices are good, at this situation the price ratio is good more than the substitution. That situation we are adding the product, addition of the product will be takes place. Prices are good, at that situation I am adding the cotton. 2019 entire field allocated for the paddy cultivation. For the 2020 price ratio is good for the in ratio between paddy and cotton. I am taking as a y1 paddy, y2 is a cotton. Okay, the ratio between the paddy and cotton good more than the substitution. That situation I am adding cotton. Cotton is added, more use of the cotton. MRS less than, this is less than PR price ratio. Additional of the product, additional of output will be done. Additional extra product will be added. Extra enterprise added. Okay. When price ratio is minimum, price ratio is not good. This is the greater than. The substitution is greater than the price ratio. There is no extra returns. This is returns. Price multiplied with the quantity of output, that is return. So in terms of output studied, in terms of return, in terms of income. So here I am considering as the returns when substitution is below the price ratio. When price ratio is not good than substitution, there is no need to give extra efforts to cultivate the cotton. So I am not adding the cotton. Okay. Previously, what was replacing cotton? What replacing the paddy? So I am not adding paddy. Previously available replaced product will be allocated for the remaining half acre also. Paddy becomes paddy replaced by cotton. So I am considered as a paddy is replaced product, cotton is the added product. So I am using more of the replaced product, encouraging the replaced product for the cultivation process. Okay. Remember, marginal rate of substitution in question is given as a MRS greater than price ratio. To reach the optimal point, to minimize the cost, to minimize in product combination, we cannot use minimization of cost. We use the optimization of product combination. Okay, remember, sorry for remember this point. In product combination, we are considering the optimization of product combination. Optimization of product combination. How to we are considering how to optimize the product combination. That situation we are using MRS greater than price ratio. At this situation, we are using the more replaced resource. Paddy will be used more replaced resource. Why? Because means price ratio is minimum. So price ratio is minimum. That situation we cannot get extra returns. There is no extra income is there. So what will be actually previous period was we are proceeded to production process, that is we are using. Okay, marginal rate of substitution greater than price ratio. Replaced product will be increased. Increasing of replaced product. I am increasing the paddy for the 2020. I am increasing the paddy. Prices are not good for the cotton situation. I am removing cotton. Same area allocated for the paddy also. Increasing of the replaced product to optimization of product combination. Same as the marginal rate of substitution greater than price ratio. Here price ratio is more. The market price, the total returns are highest to good at this position. So I am adding. Increasing of the added product gives optimum product commission, as well as the profits will be experienced. Profits will be takes place. Okay, it is clear. For the input, point of view, marginal rate of substitution more than price ratio. Marginal rate of substitution less than price ratio. Okay, in output point of view, this is output point of view. Marginal rate of substitution greater than price ratio. Marginal rate of substitution less than price ratio. How to, this is input, how to minimize the cost. Okay, how to maximize the profit, or how to optimize the combination of product. Optimization of product combination. Optimization of product combination. How to optimize combination. This is the deviation takes place. Actual point is marginal rate of substitution is equal price ratio, but here deviation is there. The deviation is substitution is more than, here is price is more. We are deviated from the optimal point. MRS is equal price ratio. How to we are reaching the optimal point? By increasing added resource or increasing replaced resource. The options are option A, always same. Using the more added input. First option. Option B is replaced input. And option C is added output. Option D is the replaced output. Replaced product or replaced output. This is the question, first question. Marginal rate of substitution is more than price ratio. For the first question, the correct answer is?
Yes.
Here is price ratio. The price ratio,
Yes, sir.
prices of the input is minimum. So here is cost is minimum. So we are adding. Okay, cost is minimum. So we are using the more of the resources. Okay, this is answer is A. Additional of input will be possible. Adding the further input. Okay, and marginal rate of substitution. Here is price ratio is more. The price ratio, price of the input is more. Actual cost is higher. There is no need to further addition. Addition of resources gives additional cost. So we are using the replaced resource. We cannot avoid the additional of the resources. Avoid the resources. Avoid the additional use of the resource. So increasing the replaced resource to optimize our cost. Optimization of cost, minimization of cost, use of the more of the replaced resource. For example, labor and machinery. There we are using more machinery. That situation the price is more. That situation we cannot add the machinery. What actually available with us is labor. We are utilizing the more replaced resource. We are we are focusing on labor utilization. So increasing the replaced resource utilization. Here is increase the added input. Why? Because means the cost is less price ratio. Okay, same as the marginal rate of substitution more than price ratio. For this answer, output, in view of output, marginal rate of substitution between two product is more than price ratio. At this situation, input
Replace your product.
replaced product is good. Okay, here why? Because means the returns, the prices ratio of the output represents. Okay, the ratio is minimum. There is further, for example, paddy cotton is there. I am allocating half figure paddy, half figure for the cotton. I am putting more efforts. The technology used for the paddy cultivation is separate, cotton cultivation is separate. I am preparing water lagging condition and preparing dry condition, drought condition, cotton cannot grow. I am separating field and maintaining the conditions. I am putting more efforts, but my price ratio, my the market prices, the total returns are not good. So there is no need to put on extra effort for the cotton cultivation. Additional of product is useless because ratio is minimum. So am what actually available for me, paddy is good for the entire 1 acre area allocated for the paddy. So increasing the replaced product, use of the more replaced product, the paddy also allocated for the entire 1 acre field. Okay, increase the replaced product, same as the here price ratio is more, the combinations of paddy and cotton, the price ratio is more, so I am getting some extra return. So it is better for me to add the cotton for my half acre land. So addition of products will be takes place. Addition of product will be takes place. Additional product, increasing the added product, increase the added product. That situation means added product means increase the cotton under area allocation. So increase the added product. That situation I am getting the additional benefits, additional profits are there. Remember, MRS greater than PR. Here is MRS greater than PR. But in input point of view, we are adding resources. But in output point of view, we are increasing replaced product. Take care. Okay. If we are by heart things, we are unable to identify the correct answer within the 30 seconds point of view. It is difficult for us. So remember this MRS. Here is prices. Price ratio is there. Okay, price minimum. In what we were studying, in input point of view or output point of view. Input point of view, MRS greater than price ratio. Input point of view. Input means directly go to cost. Okay. Input, expenditure done on purchasing input represents cost. So here cost is minimum. It is better for me. Add the further input. Okay. Cost input, cost are minimum, less than price ratio is cost is minimum. So additional of input done. Add the input. Without 15 seconds, simply identify. Okay, additional input. It is good. Cost is minimum. Add the input. Here is price ratio is more. The substitution is less, but price ratio is more. So useless. Additional of labor is useless for us. It is difficult for us. We cannot get profit. So avoid the additional. Go for the replaced input. Increase the replaced resource. In input, this is a cost. Okay. In for the easy, this is a shortcut manner. Explanation is not this part of. Okay. PR. Here is price ratio. Here price ratio represents income of the farmer. Why? Because means price ratio, price of the output multiplied with the quantity of the output gives total returns. Formula for the total returns is market price multiplied with the quantity of the output represents the total return. So in studied in the point of view of the returns or income of the farmers, here is income less. We are putting more efforts on cotton. We are adding product, but the price ratio is less, so useless. Additional of product is useless. Our main aim of the substitution, paddy is substituted by the cotton. The main aim is to improve the returns, increase the profits, but it is not takes place in this situation. So we are avoiding the additional of the product. We are using what actually available with us is paddy replaced product, increasing in the replaced product, same as the MRS less than price ratio. We are go for the MRS less than price ratio. So situation, our price ratio additional returns is possible, our expectation is good, so we are adding the cotton. Okay, it is clear. Please, any doubt in this point, I will clarify here. Otherwise, I am going to the next principle. Anyone have any doubt? Okay, I'm moving to the next slide. And opportunity cost.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Sir, repeat. Please repeat once again, sir. Fourth principle.
Product combination. Okay, here is the principles of product combination. I'm explaining once again. We are discussing profit rules and decisions rules. MRS is more than price ratio. Here price ratio is more in product situation. So here is where price ratio represents income of the farmer also. So if you want to get extra profits, can be increased by more added product, additional of product. Okay, additional of product means there is the price ratio, the price of the paddy. Okay, this okay taken as a price ratio, price of the y1 by price of the y2. Okay, here paddy is the our replaced. Okay, this is the paddy is our replaced, cotton is the added. Okay, this is the price of the cotton divided by price of the paddy. Okay, inverse price ratio, remember marginal rate of substitution is change in the product by change in the replaced product by change in the added product. Okay, 1 acre land is there, I would like to proceed for the entire paddy for the 2019 year, but it is better when market prices are good in the market. I am half acre, entire 1 acre is allocated for the half acre for the cotton crop. Okay, when market prices are good, when market prices are good, that situation compulsory this ratio is more than substitution. So marginal rate of substitution is more than price ratio. Here price ratio is good for us. Okay, price ratio of the product represents good profitable situation of the farmer. So I am adding the product, added product, increasing the added product, more of the added product. I am adding the cotton. Okay, when marginal rate of substitution is more than, marginal rate of substitution is more than price ratio, the prices are not good. Cotton and paddy prices are not good in the market. That situation, price ratio lower, become lower than the substitution. Okay, that situation we cannot getting the additional income, additional returns from the substitution of paddy and cotton, substitution of cotton in the place of paddy, we cannot getting. Here is price ratio is minimum, the substitution rate is below than the price ratio, so it is wasteful as additional of product is wasteful as. So I am not substituting cotton, I am proceed for the paddy. This paddy is known as a replacer. Okay, replaced product, paddy is replaced by the cotton. So I am avoiding additional of cotton, I am using the more of the replaced product, previously replaced product, that is paddy. So I am increasing the replaced product, more replaced product. When this is deviation is there, substitution is more than the price ratio, here is returns are less. So I am cannot adding, avoid the additional addition. I am removing the additional of the product, I am avoiding the cotton addition. So here is more replaced products gives highest profits, highest optimal combination point. Okay, this is the deviation point. MRS price ratio is the that situation we are adding product. In this situation, substitution is more than price ratio. That situation we are using more replaced product. Okay, additional of cotton cannot give extra returns. That situation I am avoiding the cotton. We are proceeding for the paddy. Okay, this is the example. Here is there, here two formulas is there, give based upon y1, substitution of y1 for y2. That situation y2 becomes, this is y1 is added, y2 is a replaced. y2 by y1. Question mark means change, represent. Okay, y2 by y1 replaced by added. Here is marginal rate of substitution of y2 for y1. Here y2 becomes added, y1 becomes replaced. So change in y1 by change in y2. Okay, remember, sometimes the direct bit is given marginal rate of substitution of y2 for y1. The answer is change in y1 by change in y2, not simple y1 by y2. Okay, remember, change is compulsory, must. Simple bits is asking as a marginal rate of substitution of y1 and y2. Okay, in word format, marginal rate of substitution of y1 for y2 is represented as, okay, MRS of y2 for y1 is represented at first option y1 by y2. Second option is given as a y2 by y1. Third option is given as, this is one, okay, substitution of y1 by for y2. That situation change in y2 by change in y1. Okay, fourth option is given as change in y1 by change in y2. Correct answer is marginal rate of substitution, MRS, marginal rate of substitution of y1 for y2. The correct answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. Substitution of y1. We are substituting y1. This is paddy, this is cotton. I am substituting paddy for the cotton. So replaced by y2 is the replaced. Okay, first becomes added, substitution of, I am adding this one, replacing this one. Okay, substitution of y1 for the y2, in place of y2 I am substituting substitution of y1 in place of for y2. So this is added, this is replaced. Remember, always anything, first one is marginal rate of substitution y1 and y2. First one comes as a added, second one comes as a replaced. Okay, for the formula is change in replaced by change in added. This is the formula, remember, replaced by added. What will be is the second point that becomes our denominator. Okay, this is comes to left side, y2 by y1, change in y2 by y1. For the marginal rate of substitution of y1 for y2, our correct answer is change in y2 by y1. Direct bit, marginal rate of substitution of. Okay, it is clear. More of added product, more of replaced product. This is product substitution. Here is factor substitution. Here is their marginal rate of substitution. Okay, less than price ratio. We are adding the input. Price is minimum. Additional of the input will be takes place. It is clear about it.
Clear, sir.
Okay, I will provide this PPT also, no problem. Yes, next one is the opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is also known as the alternative cost. It is most important bit. Okay, alternative cost. Opportunity cost is also known as the alternative cost. For example, I'm explaining what is opportunity cost. For example, Ravi is there. Ravi have just 2,000 rupees in his pocket. This 1,000 rupees amount is investment done on paddy. The paddy investment done on paddy, the total, the marginal returns of the paddy is 10,000 rupees. Okay. Same, this 1,000 rupees investment done on maize, his marginal returns on comes from the paddy becomes 8,000 rupees. Same 1,000 rupees investment done on tobacco or cotton cultivation. The cotton cultivation gives 6,000 of marginal returns. Okay, marginal returns of the paddy is 8,000 rupees. Marginal value product of 10,000 rupees. Marginal value product of input 1,000 rupees is 10,000. Both are same. In output point of view, I am explaining as a marginal returns of 10,000. Marginal value product, MVP, marginal value product of this 1,000 rupees is 10,000 rupees. Okay, remember this. Explanation is different. Concept is same. Okay, 1,000 rupees is there. I'm investment done on paddy. My 1,000 rupees investment done on 10,000 rupees. I'm unable to investment done on wait. Why? Because means in my pocket just 2,000 rupees is there. I have choices, alternative choices. Okay, I'm able to investment done on paddy, otherwise maize, otherwise cotton. When investment done in the paddy, I have go to the paddy. I selected, my decision is no, this crop season this year I'm going to paddy cultivation, it is better for me, so I'm selected, I have selected paddy cultivation. That situation, my 1,000 rupees expenditure done on paddy, my marginal returns are 10,000 rupees. What is my opportunity cost to produce paddy? Please, anyone guesses? Opportunity cost to produce paddy. My opportunity cost 1,000 rupees or something else. 9,000 or 8,000 or 5,000 or 500 rupees. Yes, someone said that 1,000 rupees is the opportunity cost. Okay, good. Anyone? Opportunity cost. Okay, remember
8,000, sir.
8,000.
8,000.
Yes, very good. Okay, the director one
Next
concept
best
is there.
alternate.
Next to best alternative. Opportunity cost means returns. Okay, returns sacrifice, not cost. This is a cost. Okay, where cost expenditure done with the 1,000 rupees, our returns are 10,000 rupees. Okay, but in opportunity cost explains as we are losing one opportunity. The returns sacrificed for the next best alternative. Maize paddy is there. Our best alternative is paddy. Okay, and then if paddy is not available, paddy seeds are not favorable conditions, not good for the paddy cultivation. Our next best alternative is if maize, the returns sacrificed from the next best alternative. The returns, these are the returns sacrificed for the next best alternative is known as the opportunity cost. Okay, where 1,000 rupees investment done on paddy, we are getting marginal returns 10,000 rupees. It is good, but we are losing one opportunity. We are losing one opportunity to earn 8,000 rupees. How we are losing this opportunity is if paddy is not there, our best choice is 8,000 rupees to income. Returns comes from the major, that is 8,000 rupees. Our next best alternative, 8,000 rupees. We are losing this 8,000 rupees. Okay, this is opportunity cost. We are losing returns of the 8,000 rupees. Because of this 1,000 rupees, we are not expenditure done on maize. We are spending this 1,000 rupees expenditure on paddy. Okay, returns sacrifice. The return sacrifice of from the next best alternative is known as the opportunity cost. Okay, opportunity cost for the paddy is 8,000 rupees. Okay, opportunity cost for the maize is
6,000, sir.
6,000.
opportunity cost for
6,000.
6,000 rupees. Okay, why? Because means next best alternative for the maize is, if maize is not good, maize cultivation is not good, hybrid not available for the maize, we are going for the next best alternative is cotton cultivation. So opportunity cost for the maize is 6,000 rupees. Opportunity cost for the paddy is 8,000 rupees, not 6,000 rupees. Why? Because means there is a chance to get returns of 8,000 rupees. So opportunity cost of the paddy is returns comes from the next best alternative. The sacrifice, the returns are sacrificed of the next best alternative. Okay, this is 8,000 rupees, known as the opportunity cost. For the opportunity cost of the maize, 6,000 rupees, we are sacrificing 6,000 rupees for maize cultivation. Okay, this is cost, this is returns. Remember, marginal returns, additional returns. Okay, the definition is there. Here is their opportunity cost defined as the returns that are sacrificed from next best alternative. Sometimes they given as the cost that are sacrificed from next best alternative, not cost. Always remember returns. Okay, returns are sacrificed from the next best alternative. Give some 30 seconds time to check it. Keyword, most important keyword, returns that are sacrificed from next best alternative is known as the opportunity cost. Okay, opportunity cost is also known as the alternative cost, alternate cost. Okay, this is the keyword. Most of the people committing mistakes at this point. Cost, opportunity cost is given, so cost is sacrificed from next best not cost, returns, return sacrifice. Okay, it is clear. Okay, next one is principles of comparative advantage. Principle of comparative advantage. Here we are studying about two concepts in international trade of economics. International trade also play key role. Okay, this is a situation, so I'm explaining here two concepts also. Absolute advantage and a comparative advantage. Comparative advantage is sometimes pronounced as a relative advantage. Relative advantage. Okay, uh, comparatively good or bad, we are comparing the other persons. Okay, like that. For example, I am taking example as a person A produced cotton, person B produced paddy. Both are same region, same village, same area, neighbor farmers. C and B are neighbor farmers. He is producing the cotton, he is producing the paddy. He is 10 bags, he is the 20 bags. The market price reaches, they are the 10,000 rupees. Here he also getting the same 10,000 rupees. Okay, 10,000 rupees. But his out production quantity, physical quantity of output is more, his physical quantity is less, but his final returns are good. Okay, like that. How to, farmer A is better than farmer B. How we are comparing? Cotton is better than paddy. Okay, production process, cotton is better than paddy. Comparing thing, cotton production is good or paddy production is good. Relatively comparing, cotton is good, paddy is also good, but comparatively, relative. Okay, we are always comparing the other persons. Okay, my I am good, always say I am good. How we are good? Compare with the some other person, person B is uh, not good. That situation we are the very good person compared to relative with the other things. Okay, here is paddy and cotton. Relatively compare with the other things, that situation we are getting the, getting the relative, comparative, relative concept. Okay, compared to advantage, relative advantage, given by David Ricardo. Absolute advantage, absolutely single person is more better than person B, that is known as the absolute advantage. Okay, compared to advantage, the concept in international trade, compared to advantage or relative advantage, given by David Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo is also famous for, also well recognized. David Ricardo, well recognized for theory of,
Rent, sir. Rent
theory of
theory.
rent. Yes, theory of rent. Okay, remember these things. Absolute advantage. Adam Smith given the absolute advantage concept. Okay, take here region A, region B. Both are two regions, or country A, country B. Wheat and groundnut, both are producing wheat and groundnut, both countries. But their returns here is cost is different. The total returns comes from the wheat is different. Okay, here is total returns from the wheat is 1500. Here is 1100. But here cost is 650 rupees. Here cost is only 600 rupees. Okay. Returns per rupee. 1 rupee investment gives 2.31. 1 rupee investment gives 2.31. Here 1 rupee investment gives 1.83. Okay. 1 rupee expenditure. 1 rupee expenditure gives just 1.83. Here is more than double. 1 rupee expenditure gives 2.31 rupees. Okay, returns per rupee. Total returns divided by total cost, 1500 divided by 650. That is the returns per rupee, total returns by total cost. Okay, 1500 divided by 650 represents total returns per rupee. Okay, here is we are getting more returns. 1 rupee expenditures gives 2.31 returns. So we are comparing the wheat production in region A, wheat production in region B based upon the returns per rupee. How much returns comes from each rupee? That situation, wheat production gives 1 rupee gives 2.31. Here wheat production gives just to 1.83, below the double, not double. So comparing the region A, region B, that situation, wheat production in region A have absolute advantage. Okay, not absolute, comparatively advantage. Okay, in groundnut B is there. Groundnut in region A, region B is there, but 1 rupee investment gives 1.13. In region B, 1 rupee gives 1.45. Okay, remember, I am once again explaining you absolute advantage and comparative advantage. Remember, absolute advantage, we say that wheat groundnut, there are the two different region taken as the this is the Andhra, this is the Tamil Nadu, like that, two different region. Wheat production total returns comes from the wheat 1500. Here is just 1100. So region A is good at the wheat production because 1500 returns are comes, only considering the returns, no matter about the cost. All this, forget all these things, just to remember. Okay, Andhra, wheat production in Andhra, total returns are 1500. In Tamil Nadu, wheat returns are 1100 rupees. Okay, it is, wheat is not good. Andhra wheat production is returns comes from the wheat production is good. Okay, next, and then groundnut. Here is there in Andhra groundnut we are checking. Here is groundnut production gives 1200 rupees per acre. 1200 rupees returns comes from the groundnut production is 1200 rupees. Okay, in Tamil Nadu region B, groundnut production gives 800 rupees per acre. The returns are just to 800 rupees. So groundnut is also not good. Why? Because means we are interpreted this table as absolute advantage. Andhra state have absolute advantage in production of wheat as well as the groundnut. Why? Because means the returns comes from the wheat production is more than the returns comes from the wheat production in Tamil Nadu. Okay, absolute advantage. Andhra state have absolute advantage in wheat production and groundnut production. This is the absolute advantage. Single districts have entire benefits. Here 1100, here 1500, 800, 1200. Okay, absolute advantage. Single region have highest returns. Okay, this is known as the absolute advantage. Single state enjoying entire benefits. Here returns are more wheat and as well as the groundnut. When we are considering the cost also, okay, Andhra state is good for the wheat and groundnut. Yes, I am accepting, but considering the cost also, 1 rupee investment gives how much? What is investment? 1 rupee gives how much returns? So we are considering the cost also, total returns. Okay, BC ratio, same as a BC ratio, gross returns by total returns by total cost. We are getting the BC ratio, which products is good or bad, same as the returns per rupee. We are considering the total returns and cost. That situation. In Andhra state, 1 rupee gives 2.31. In Tamil Nadu, 1 rupee investment gives 8.13. So comparatively, Andhra state is good. Okay, Andhra state is advantage. Okay. Okay, wheat is good for the Andhra. What about groundnut? Groundnut also they are considering 1200 divided by 900. That situation, 1 rupee investment, 1 rupee cost on groundnut gives 1.33 rupees. Okay, 0.33 paisa extra income comes from the groundnut production in Andhra Pradesh state. What about Tamil Nadu state? Tamil Nadu state also we are going to the Tamil Nadu groundnut production. 800 divided by 550 rupees gives 1.45. Okay, the 1 rupee cost gives 0.45 extra returns. Okay, 1.00 cost gives 1.45. So 0.4345 is the our extra returns. But here is 1 rupees of the cost gives 1.33. 0.33 rupees are extra returns. 0.33 paisa. Okay, 0.33 paisa. In 100 rupees conversion, 100 rupees gives 133 rupees. Our 33 rupees are extra income. Here 100 rupees expenditure gives 145 rupees. So our 45 rupees is extra income. 0.45 paisa or 45 rupees. Okay, I am considering as a 1 rupee. So compare with the Andhra state and Tamil Nadu state. Here comparatively, Tamil Nadu state is good at the groundnut production. Okay, 1 rupee gives 0.33 extra returns. But in Tamil Nadu, same groundnut, same 1 rupee investment gives 0.45 extra income. So it is better to Andhra Pradesh go for the wheat cultivation. Why? Because 1 rupee investment done on wheat gives 2.31. 1 rupee investment done on groundnut 0.33. Okay, same 1 rupee, more 1 rupee investment, more rupees investment done on wheat, we are getting additional returns. Okay, avoid the groundnut. That situation, if you need a groundnut is needed. That situation, done trade with the region B, trade between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Andhra Pradesh give wheat for the Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu export the groundnut for the Andhra. Why? Because means returns comes from this 1 rupee investment in groundnut gives additional returns 0.45. Here is less is there. So encourage the Tamil Nadu for the groundnut production and trade with the Andhra. Same as the encourage the Andhra Pradesh for the wheat cultivation and trade with the Tamil Nadu. Okay. This is known as the efficient utilization of resources. Investment more done on wheat. That situation our returns are more. Okay, highest production, highest returns are come. Same as the groundnut is there. We are considering as one concept is there. Max min, min max. Anyone hear this concept? Min max and max min. Max min. Anyone have idea about this? Min max, max min. Max min. Min max, max min concept.
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir. We didn't hear.
It is explanation is good. Otherwise I'm taking a waste of time on this explanation. Because if you are understanding the concept, remember economics completely concept oriented. I am frankly saying when concept is well known, we are doing objective type of questions, number of objective questions. I am explaining farm management, but I am explaining international trade also. It is interrelated with each other. Economics is interrelated with each other. Same table I am explaining in marginal, law of marginal utility, equimarginal utility, law of equimarginal utility, like that. All are interrelated with each other. So I am explaining concept, various concept at the single point of time. Okay, please first of all understand the concept, and then it is easy for us to understand. Okay, it is good, or I am wasting time to explaining unnecessary examples.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, absolute advantage based on only total revenue, sir.
They are considering revenue or quantity of physical quantity of output. Okay, here is 10 bags, here is 20 bags. It producing just 8 bags, it is just producing 15 bags. Okay, in physical quantity also, it is more output comes from the 1 acre of land. 1 hectares of land gives highest maximum points. Okay, highest values. Here is 8, here is 10, here is 20, here is 8. Okay, absolutely both things. Absolute means complete advantage, completely have. Okay, wheat, cotton, both are below. In region B, both are below. Here is both are higher in physical unit as well as the return terms. Anytime, anyway. Okay. Some people, so some persons, Raju is there. He is good at studies as well as good at the games. He is the advantage in studies as well as games. Absolutely. Okay. But Rajesh, some other person B is there. He is also poor at studies, are poor at the game. Compared to his has an advantage, absolute. He is good at both situation, but comparatively person B is little more scoring the some extra score. Okay, like that. Absolute means completely without anything. Here is minimum is 1100, 800. It is 1500, 1200. If Tamil Nadu is objection to trade with the Andhra, that situation it can also go for the ability to produce both things. Okay, highest values, absolute. Okay,
For
absolute
example,
advantage.
if
Yes.
region A has uh, more physical quantity in wheat and groundnut compared to region B, then we can use absolute advantages, sir.
uh, any single country enjoying the complete benefit, single person enjoying the complete benefit is known as the absolute advantage. Single region enjoying the entire benefits. Okay, here is region A is enjoying complete benefit from the wheat and groundnut. Single country, single person enjoying complete benefit. Single statement as a simple statement. Okay, single individual enjoying benefit of the any category, any simple one is known as the absolute advantage.
Relative advantage based on BC ratio, sir.
Not completely base ratio, some considering the cost also, returns per rupees. Okay, for example, demand also. For example, I am considering the elastic demand, inelastic demand. This is clear. Remember these things. Region A, Andhra have the complete advantage on compared to the Tamil Nadu, because here is 1500, 1100, 1200, 800 in terms of monetary terms. In physical units, wheat production per hectare per acre of area gives 10 bags of output. Okay, in wheat, groundnut is 20 bags of groundnut comes from the single. Okay, the yield per acre is 20 bags. Here is just 5 bags of wheat is come. Here is 20 bags of, here is 20, I'm taking as a just 10 bags of groundnut comes from the 1 acre in physical units. So in production point of view, product per acre, the region A have absolute advantage, absolutely advantageous. Okay, go for the wheat and groundnut production. Why? Because means absolutely the physical units, physical terms, the quantity 5 bags, here is 10 bags below is there. So which country is enjoying the production of the wheat and groundnut means absolutely enjoying the region A for the production of the wheat and groundnut. Why? Because means yield is higher in region A. Okay, we're saying both things, but relatively. For example, say that it is for example, this is a wheat and groundnut, this is also wheat and groundnut. Okay, I'm explaining previous example as a, this is a I'm taking as a 150 units of comes from the 1 acre. This is 1200 comes from the 1 acre of land. Here is 100 comes from the 1 acres of land. Here is 150 comes from the acre of land. Okay, this is situation A. Situation A. This is the region A, or this is the region A. This is Andhra. Taken as this is Andhra. This is Tamil Nadu. This is situation 1. Another possibility of situation is there. At this situation, wheat production gives 200. Here wheat production is same as the 100. The groundnut production is 200. Okay, but our groundnut production is 300. Okay, this is 200, 100. Situation B, it is clear for each and everyone. It is clear. Uneducated person also just see these points. Okay, this is 200 bags per acre in Andhra wheat production. Here is 100 rupees per acre comes from the wheat. Okay, so Andhra is highest yielding in the wheat production. It is good. Each and everyone explained. And next situation is that groundnut in Andhra, groundnut per acre is just to 200. Groundnut per acre in Tamil Nadu is 300. Okay, here is 200. Here is 300. That situation, which is highest production? Tamil Nadu. Highest production is in Tamil Nadu. So is there. I am explaining in terms of as a Andhra have absolute advantage in production of wheat. Okay, why? Because means highest to yield comes from the wheat production. What about Tamil Nadu? Yes, absolute advantage. Andhra have absolute advantage in wheat. Same as Tamil Nadu have absolute advantage in groundnut production. Why? Because means here 300 units per acre. Okay, the output per acre is 300. Here is just to 200. So absolute advantage. Tamil Nadu have absolute advantage in groundnut production. Andhra have absolute advantage in wheat production. Why? Because means entire wheat production enjoyed by the Andhra only enjoying the entire benefits comes from the wheat. Absolute advantage. Here is there, groundnut is there, same 1 acre land is there, but our output is just to 200 units of output. But Tamil Nadu 300 units of output will be takes place. So Tamil Nadu enjoying absolute advantage of groundnut production. This is situation A. Direct clear cut example. 200, 200, 100, 300. Here is 200. Here is just 100. So absolute advantage wheat production. The Andhra have absolute advantage in wheat production. Tamil Nadu have absolute advantage in groundnut. Okay, sir. Your example is explained. What about 150, 200? Comparing to this next 100 rupees, 150 rupees in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is both are below income. The situation I said, Andhra have absolute advantage in production of wheat and groundnut, both things. Andhra is enjoying absolute advantage in both things. When comparing with the cost also, we are considering the cost per returns. That situation, wheat is enjoying the Andhra, groundnut is enjoyed by the Tamil Nadu in relative terms, comparatively, not absolutely. Okay, this is clear. Okay, it is clear.
Clear, sir.
Hello. Okay,
Clear,
after
sir.
this is two situation. This is one absolute advantage in wheat, absolute advantage in groundnut. When situation both are same, both highest in Andhra, that situation, wheat and groundnut absolute advantage for the Andhra. Tamil Nadu is lower in both situation, but compare with the cost also, cost per returns, that comparatively wheat for the Andhra, groundnut for the Tamil Nadu. Okay.
Yes,
It is clear.
yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes. Okay. just I'm explaining in the second situation. I'm taking as a second situation directly because I'm simply taken as a 1500. Here is at 1100. Here taken as a just to 1200. Here taken as a 1800. It is simply completed. But take care here. When both are here is 1200, here is 1800. I'm simply complete is this point. Okay, ground net is highest absolute advantage. Comparatively also higher in 1200 is there. Here is 1800 rupees returns is there. So simple concept to minimize my efforts for the explanation. The situation I'm taking as a 1500, 1200, 1100, 1800. Okay, relatively compare with the wheat like that. We are simply comparing, but uh, check the in detailed analysis. How to returns? What is the 1 rupees gives? What is extra one? Okay, okay. I'm missing this point. Min max, and max min. Remember in linear programming and some other points also it is important. Maximum concept. What I am doing, Andhra region, this is Tamil Nadu region. Andhra region export the wheat for the Tamil Nadu region. Okay. Why? Because their loss in groundnut is the here is 45 extra prices is there. Here just to 33. So here is loss is there, but minimize the losses. So they are, for example, 10 rupees is our loss, 20 rupees is loss, 30 rupees is loss. If you trade with the Tamil Nadu, your loss is 10 rupees is there, 20 rupees is there, 30 rupees is there. This is the minimum loss. This is the maximum loss. Loss is done. The loss is compulsory, but among the losses, we are minimizing loss. Selection of the losses. Okay. Minimization of the loss. Min-max. Okay. Your lossing is maximum, but we are selecting the minimum loss. Okay, minimum, min max. Okay, your compulsory loss is none, but we are selecting the minimum loss, minimization of our losses. Min max, your returns are there. We are saying that you are the waste fellow, but I am the from the last point of view, I am the waste fellow, not starting point of view. I am the least waste fellow. Yes, I am accepting that I am the waste fellow, but in last point of view, I'm the minimum of the waste fellow. Okay, like that. We are saying that losses are there 10, 20, 30. This is a minimum loss. Minimization of losses. Maximization of returns. Min max. Our returns are 10, 20, 30. Okay. Everyone selecting the maximum returns. Our returns are maximum. Okay. Like that. In max min. Where losses is there, we are selecting the minimum loss. When returns are highest, we are selecting the maximum returns from the, okay, this is a 10, 20, 30. These are the our returns. Same as the 10, 20, 30. These are the losses. Loss is possible. Compulsory loss is done. So we are selecting the minimum loss. Returns are there. Returns is there. In returns point of view, we are getting at least some returns. The highest maximum returns are 30. So we are selecting the maximum returns. This time your market or crop is losses, but the returns comes from this our field is maximum. For example, mango field is there. There some negotiation done between the buyers and sellers. This is the last price for you. Some people interested to give the 10 lakhs. Some people interested to give 20 lakhs. Some people interested to 30 lakhs. Okay. All this 10, 20, 30 lakhs negotiation for the mango entire garden is loss for him. But among the negotiation, it is better is 30. Among the waste, 30 is his best. So waste and selecting the best. Among the wastes, selecting the best. It is known as the it is clear. Okay, time is 11:30. Okay, next one is the cost principles, minimization of the loss principles. Okay, here is remember one point. perfectly competitive markets and imperfectly competitive markets difference. Okay, perfectly competitive markets. In perfectly competitive markets is different. Imperfectly competitive markets are different. We are simply say that in perfectly competitive markets, marginal returns is parallel to x-axis. Why? Because means the objective of perfectly competitive markets is product is homogeneous, is price taker. His price taker. Price is decided based upon the demand and supply. But in imperfectly competitive market, prices decided by the monopolist. Industry decide the prices of the monopoly. Industry decide the price of the monopoly. The industry maintained by the entrepreneur. So industry decide the price. Here is demand and supply decides the prices.
Okay, thank you, Arif. Who is this Rajan?
Sir, hello.
Yeah. Rajan.
Sir,
Full name? Full name? Yes. Rajan. Arif, you are stopping here or continuing?
okay, sir. Next class I will
Arif?
continue because it is lengthy process. Sir,
Arif?
hello. Sir, I am continuing next class, sir. This is lengthy process, sir. I will explain in detail in market and production, sir. What is the profiting point? Okay. It is takes 1 more hour, sir. Average cost curve. How to average cost curve will be takes place above and below. What is situation like that? This is the average cost curve. Okay, sir. Simply anyone have the economics material, agriculture economics based Baridi sir book. Uh, just to read out market structure. Okay, market structure. How to optimum maximum product is different. Optimum product is different. What is the output quantity of the production and what is the prices decided by the farmer. Okay, all these things are interrelated with market structure, output and price. Price determination. How to price determined by the monopoly market and a perfectly competitive market. All these things I am next class explaining combinedly in considering the microeconomics concept and marketing concept and as well as the production concept. Three courses interrelated with each other on next class. Okay, microeconomics, marketing, uh, characteristics of mono perfectly competitive market, imperfect competitive market, and production. In production economics, optimum product point, which product quantity of output gives good price for the monopolist. All these things, micro, marketing and product concept, I will explain through only graphs next class. Okay, average cost, average variable cost, how they are moving, all these things. Okay, yes sir, I am closing this section here.
Okay, thank you, Arif. Very nice session. Okay, students, we'll
Yes,
meet again at 5:30. Class is related to the poultry diseases. Okay, poultry viral diseases. Okay, okay, Arif.